Hello and welcome to another Epic Music Collection tour. We're now in the home straight now. Radiohead are. Speaking of Radiohead, if I can get this out. Radiohead, OK Computer. I'm fairly sure. I'm not actually, no. I'm not going to say this is an original pressing, but it's an old pressing. Radiohead OK Computer. Most critics consider this the one of the best albums of all time. Certainly, most critics say Radiohead OK Computer is the best Radiohead album of all time, regardless of whether you think Radiohead deserves to have that. I've already given my thoughts. I think the Benz is, but I'm going to take away from that. Radiohead In Rainbows, most famous because they offered it as an online only download at first, where you choose how much you pay for it. I don't know how well they did with it. They did learn something from it though. They said that they should always put out what they consider the quote unquote the artifact, as they call it. Because there's a lot of us hardcore guys that really want a thing for our money. We're odd like that. Raise Light Up All Night. This is one of my favourite albums I'm listening to all the way through. I haven't listened to this album in such a while though, but I was absolutely obsessed with this band when they were relevant to, which would have been 2003, 2004-ish. Yeah, I loved this album, and this definitely would have been an original pressing. I think, I wouldn't have hung about getting anything else. I don't know if I've released any other ones, but it's certainly worth a listen to, because I was obsessed with the band when they were first out, and then I started to get solid disillusioned. Although the new stuff, they put an album last year, they're still pretty good. Queen, News of the World. I don't know what, because the gatefold folds out like this, and that's that. And then I don't know if I'll be able to get this in the shop, but I'll do my best. The folds like that, so it's a bit all over the place. But yeah, Queen, News of the World. Loves me a bit of Queen. And obviously, I've got Queen Greatest Hits. I don't have a lot of Queen on CD or vinyl. Hopefully one day I hope to rectify it. I mean, like, the vinyl stuff should be fairly easy to find, I would have thought. Although I went into a charity shop and I saw Queen News of the World, and it was very expensive. I feel like they've overestimated its value a little bit, but this isn't going in for some reason. Just a second. Oh, it's sticking on. That doesn't sound good. Oh dear. Oh, I see what's happening here. Right, okay. The Queen is Dead by the Smiths. Certainly not an original pressing, I would have thought. It might be. Limited. I don't know what to say. Limited Thinker Bag. This right, okay. I don't know if the original, but this is a green LP. As I put it away. I think I'm going to have to edit this one a lot, which is fine. Right, Soul Wax, This is Night Versions. This is a remix of what I know to be their second album. I'm not entirely sure, but this is a remix album. There's a story behind this. I challenged someone, and by the way, this is easy to find now, but at the time it wasn't. When I was after one of my favourite albums is Soulwax, Much Against Everyone's Advice, which I knew had come out on vinyl. The album, but I couldn't find one, and I challenged everybody to find a 12-inch of that album because I knew it existed. They were at the time they're phenomenal. You can find, you go on the internet now and you'll be able to find one. I haven't done that yet because well, money, space. I will eventually, but at the time I just simply couldn't get the 12-inch. So the chap who sold me a lot of the rock and metal that I've got, he took up the challenge. He couldn't find it, but he did manage to find this, which I was happy to have a copy because I really liked. Well, I still like Soulwax, but I was really keen on Soulwax at the time. It's going to be very easy to find a copy of Much Against Everyone's Advice, simply because they repressed it in 2012, and it's really easy to find now online anyway. I doubt you find it in many record shops, but I could be mistaken. The special singles, if you're familiar with that album, you know what's on it. One of my favourite albums by Stealth Rockers. I actually prefer Performance and Cocktails to Gets Around. It's certainly, in my opinion, when the Stereophonics were at their peak. It's certainly in terms of their popularity. Sealed in this case. I'm not going to label why that is. It is what it is, but I'm happy to have it. Oh, this is a donated one. Stoned Again, a tribute to the Stones. This was a donated album. I think it was anyway. I don't remember picking it up at anyway. Could be mistaken. I don't have any actual Rolling Stones albums. Watch me pull out a Rolling Stones album in a minute. Although RS, I think that ship has sailed. Stone Roses, the original Stone Roses. When I picked up this, I believe I bought this for £1. It's not worth £1 now, so I've done well out of that one. Yeah, there was a time when vinyl wasn't worth a lot. Who knew, eh? Another copy of the Stone Roses. Apparently I paid £10 for that. I think I bought that one for a yeah. So there's definitely 2 copies just in case I think I'm going crazy. Obviously, you've got to have 2 copies of the Stone Roses. Stranglers, 4, or actually Rattus Norvegicus. Can't pronounce that. Which I'm reliably informed that is a female rat. Simply because you can't see the testicles. The Stranglers, Greatest Hits, 1977 to 1990. Some of their greatest hits, I suppose. Well, it's not supposed in a bit, I'm fairly sure that's all in order. The Strokes, Is This It? I wouldn't mind the UK cover art, but I got this. That is supposed to be a that's a microscopic picture of, I think, is it electrons? I can't quite remember off the top of my head. but I've always preferred the UK cover art. Very happy because this is one of my favourite albums of all time, and it does have New York City Cops on it. The Strokes, Room on Fire. Now, I can't remember whether this is a fuck up or not, but like, I have 2 copies of First Impressions of Earth. Don't know why. I genuinely think that was a fuck up on my part. Sorry, language. Right, I said I'm gonna have to put this right. Hold on a second. Right, I think that's it as far as 12-inch albums, and then next we're gonna do some 12-inch singles. But we'll call it a video there. So thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. I know that gets a bit tedious, but it really does help me out, and I'll see you in the next video.